Hello, hello, I'm back. And guess what? That optional update really wasn't optional after all, because everything is working. OBS can hear my audio, I can hear the game audio. So what was listed as an optional update really wasn't optional, because I need to hear stuff. Because gosh darn it, why is that optional? Why would it be listed as an optional update when it's required to live, to survive, to thrive? But it's okay, it's working again, so I'm not gonna complain too much because as long as it works, that's what matters, right? Gosh darn it. Oh, such a troll moment. Man, I can't wait for it to be June here just so I can experience hopefully better times. May is gonna haunt me though. This year's May, for some odd reason, everything broke. But it's fine. It's fine now. I'll just go from here. Huh? You're not going to watch?
That's right. I'm afraid I have something important to do that day. But don't worry. I've already prepared the best possible stage for you.
Thank you. I'd better get going too then.
See you.
Bernardo walks over to the shelf and pulls out a book. A legal codex wrapped in thorns. He remains silent for a long time until finally, he places a call.
Dimitri, tell her. Just say I agreed.
With a boom, thunder surges outside the window. It seems to augur the heavy rain about to come. Oh. Is Mr. Bernard also a lawyer? Since he has the book? And oh, wow, I really did finish right up a little while before the fight actually starts. That's funny. Oh, what timing. But you know, this is fine as long as everything works. No complaints. Yeah, no complaints. For now, anyways. Why are they just standing there? Sirs, move! I feel like you're gonna get hurt. Don't just stand there. Just stop. Stop standing there. You're civilians, right? Stop standing. Move. But whatever, it's fine. They just want to be edgy like that, huh? Please move. And I guess I'm gonna bonk this fancy dude. Hello, fancy man. Why are you my enemy, sir? Oh, now they're moving when the other enemies show up to bonk them. I see how it is. Why are you doing that? Just to be annoying, huh? Time to just stare at this side. Oh, now they're moving again, huh? Can you move too, sir, before the other enemies come out? Can you be good? I know I'm using a pretty good setup right now, but still. Sir. Sir. Oh no, it's another one. Okay, they're moving. Good. Hurry up, guys. Yeah. There. As far as she was concerned, she's always lived life the exact same way, but to other people, she was just like a Syracusan. Was she just like a Syracusan? She didn't know. All she remembers is what she once said to her grandfather. People who keep going on and on about how life in Syracusa is nobler, or about life in Colombia is nobler, are all full of it. To which he laughed heartily. The high-profile case of ministerial Karachi's assassination is about to be heard in court. But it seems that only a small number of invitees are being allowed inside the courtroom, for security reasons. Everyone else is waiting around the Rione della Giustizia for the outcome of the trial. The courthouse is encircled by guards, but nevertheless, a large crowd is formed. It appears the death of Ministro Karachi has touched the hearts of the citizenry. We will continue to report on this situation as it develops, so stay tuned. Sora, are you ready? You two can go if you want, while I'm performing. That's alright. Even if we showed up, it's not like we'd be able to get in. Yeah, all we can do is sit tight and wait for the verdict. And you break a leg out there. Don't worry about me. I'm already in the right headspace. Sora, are you ready? Almost time for curtain. She looks so pretty here for Sora's outfit. Then again, she is playing Grandpa Texas's love interest here, as one do. Be right there. I want to see who's playing Texas's grandpa here. Bolsini Courthouse. Quiet, please. Court is now in session. The outcome of today's trial will be made public to all citizens of Volosini. The case being heard today is the assassination of Ministro dei Lavori Pubblici, Karachi. Bring the defendant to the stand. So, that's Texas? Look at the colors of her eyes and hair. There's no mistaking it. She's a Texas. I love his glasses. Yo, those goggle glasses. Are those his eyes, his actual eyes, or are those painted on? Oh, I love it. I want those glasses for myself. How is she still alive? She murdered Karachi? Silence. Lavinia, Texas, you were present at the murder of Ministro Karachi. I was. I planted the bomb and detonated it as Il Ministro dei Lavori Pubblici was walking by. She straight up admitted it? This is the last Texas. How the mighty have fallen. And yes, we back. And better than ever. Everything is working fine. And it shall stay that way. I hope. What was your motive? I had none. Who gave you the order? No one. In other words, you acted alone? Yes. Impossible! How'd you get your hands on a bomb, and when did you have the opportunity to plant it? Does that matter? Did you come to take revenge for Familia Texas? No. But... Your Honor, I've confessed to everything. I believe there's no need for these two mafiosi in the juror's box to be so rowdy. How dare you! Can we just skip all the boring procedures? Huh? Leon, what are you still doing here? I thought you'd be at the courthouse. Is it really so surprising, Dimitri? Would you like a drink? Let's skip the morning booze. I'll prepare some refreshing fruit juice for you. Give me a whiskey, the strongest we have, and then answer my question. How'd you guess? Simple. The attack on me and the assassination of Karachi both prove that someone wants the Dodici Familiae at each other's throats. And as Lavinia is a Belon spokeswoman on the topic, she can't be allowed to find the murderer, or she would be able to bring the situation under control. Therefore, now that Lavinia has arrested Selenia, the other side can't let the trial proceed. So what has to happen to Lavinia?
Fortunately, things didn't work out for you. You might not have realized it yet, but she's already influenced you a great deal. It's making you question your decisions more and more. And through her influence on you, she might come to believe that she's capable of something. I had to nip that flight of fancy in the bud. Funny how you talk all confident like. Actually, Leon, doing this brings me no joy or peace of mind. I didn't wait to the very end to tell you the outcome and force you to accept it. So it's just like you said. Fortunately, things didn't work out for me. But that didn't stop you. We can take all the time in the world settling the score. Speaking of which, the safest option was to have Selenia die mysteriously on the eve of the trial, but that didn't happen, proving that the other side is afraid of her. After all, even if we set aside her being the last Texas, she is still a guest of the Dawn. In other words, the only ones willing to let this opportunity slip by are from this familia. Lo and behold, nobody made any attempts on Selenia's life yesterday. What if the other side anticipated your trap and purposefully held off? If they're set on challenging Signora Cecilia's authority, you'd expect there to be a lot of commotion, so I did a bit of research into which familiae have been the most active over the last couple days. And it turns out, you, Dimitri, are behind all this.
Wow, he figured it out faster than I expected. He's closed.
I must admit, I did not expect Signorina Selenia to stand trial for someone else's crime. I figured it wouldn't make a difference whether or not she was involved in our plan, but by the looks of things, I really should have thought that part through. Don't be too hard on yourself. If she didn't come out and say that she was fine bearing the stain of this crime, I wouldn't have thought of it either. So in that case, you should show her your gratitude. Of course I will. Before that, I have to ask, why Dimitri? Isn't it obvious? I'm the traitor in the familia. I'd be more willing to believe that everyone else is a traitor before you. If I can't trust you, then who?
Dimitri, I can't tell if that's a genuine, sad face full of regret, or if you're just trying to fake it, my dude. You are very, very sus right now, Dimitri.
Leon, what do you think about this new nomadic city? Obviously, it's a new way of dividing up the spoils. Whoever has the last laugh will be the big winner. Sure, but I see it more as a testing ground for Signora Cecilia. Let the Dodici Familiae fight amongst each other here in the name of building a new city. The new generation of cubs vent their repressed violence, while the old wolves turned their eyes to a new prize. Pretty great, huh? With Columbia's return to the fold. The stagnant cesspool that is Syracusa gets a new lease on life. No matter who wins in the end, it all works out for the woman at the top of the Grey Hall. Signora Cecilia. Wait, you don't mean... You've done a great job these past few years. You suppressed the other familiae and took control of Il Ministero de la Voie Publique.
I would consider Dimitri's action being betrayal. Even if something's supposed to be for the good of everything else, nah, you're supposed to be my bestie. If I was Leon, I'd be like, excuse you? I trusted you, sir, and then you tried to murder my other bestie? How could you, bro? Lavinia and I were close.
If things keep going that way, the Ballons will get the last laugh. But what will it accomplish? Our familia gets absolute control over the nomadic city, the new nomadic city, and after that, it's back to business as usual. And you want more than that, or rather, he wants more than that. Since Grey Hall was established, since the Dodici Familiae were prohibited from warring against each other, who has ever really been content? We used to be hungry, unscrupulous wolves, and the struggle between our familiae were bloody and endless. But now, the newest generation of cubs is all nice and comfy in their shackles. They're used to coexisting with other familiae. They find solutions to conflicts. They argue with each other in Grey Hall over what you call dividing up the spoils. We never did any of that, no need to. So he wants to overthrow the Grey Hall, but how? One individual has allowed the familia to act independently, but she will never permit them to violate her ironclad law. There can't be any there can't be any fighting in broad daylight. We were about to win, and only under these conditions could our sudden fall from power get the attention of the jealous familiae. Wolves fight, that's nature. They don't hold back at the smell of blood, no matter how domesticated they become. They tear into each other, claws, fangs, and all. That's how we get this particular individual to step out of Grey Hall. And we'll all be waiting for that one moment.
Crack. The crisp sound of glass shattering echoes across the empty room. The pup is unaware of the wounds caused by the splinters.
We'll get the last laugh, Leon. And when we do, we'll control more than just a new city. We'll have all of Syracusa. That's what your father, Bernardo Bellon.
Bernardo? Bernardo's daddy? I mean, I knew he was important because of his fancy outfit, but daddy? I want to see what mama looks like. If Bernardo is daddy,
who single-handedly made the Bellons the most powerful of the Dodici familiae, wants for us. You're wrong.
So Dimitri wants to go back to the old days. Nah. Nah. Dimitri, stop being a boomer.
Huh? I haven't stopped you. Or, I guess I should say, you still have a backup plan, right? You knew from the very beginning that you'd be found out, so you waited here for me on purpose. The reason I'm here is because I figured I had to face up to your anger. I owe you an apology, both as your closest friend and as your soldier. I don't expect you to forgive me, but I at least want you to know that I didn't sleep well doing what I did. Stop talking like you're giving a victory speech. I lost, Leon. Really. But maybe this is just the kind of place Syracusa is. Just maybe. The Don's ambitions are right. Just as I was about to admit defeat, she appeared. Who? A lunatic.
Tell me, Gambino, can you guess the best way to ruin somebody's day?
Huh? Take his head clean off, right?
Gambino, no. To ruin someone's day, their equipment has to go poof like me. But luckily, the update worked. But my day was ruined for other times before, like when my computer screen went poof. When my microphone flat out died, but it was okay. At least I got good gotcha luck out of that. So Gambino, no. That is not how you ruin someone's day, by taking their head off. You gotta break what's important to them. What do you think, Capone?
Find his friends and family, kill them one by one. Sit him down, and treat him to a slideshow with their pictures.
Well, I think Capone's answer does work. Yeah. That would ruin someone's day. Not the answer I was looking for, but Capone, you get a B-. Yeah, you can get a B- for that. That's why I always say you two will never amount to anything.
Ha. Then let's hear your bright idea.
His faith, my friends. His faith.
You destroy his faith?
Destroy? No, how can you destroy a man's faith with your hands? That can't be done. But you give him a gentle push and let him watch his faith fall right out of the sky. And then Whoosh! Crash! It shatters into a million pieces.
And how do you get a man to shatter his faith so easily?
Oh no, you misunderstand me. Faith is pure and clean, but life is filthy. So easily? A better question is, how could it be hard?
So, does this have something to do with us? With us getting you that truck? Ha, I get it. You're gonna run over that judge to shake Texas up, right?
Truck Coon's gonna get involved, huh? Does she come across as the kind of woman who'd break down over one dead judge?
What are you gonna do then? You're the Lapland who was exiled from Familia Saluzzo. Why are you here in Volsini? Wait, how'd you even get back into Syracuse?
You know how the Ballons have a connection with Selenia that nobody knows about? I got me a connection with the Saluzzo name that make you rich.
So, you're here on their behalf?
You could say that. By the way, I think you should probably put the weapons you have under the table. Dying here won't do you or any of your plans good. Let's make a deal, Ballon Cub. You want the case dismissed, don't you? I can help with that.
Is that what Alberto Saluzzo wants?
I'm his daughter, and I know him better than anyone. Haven't you been dying to find out exactly what I'm doing back in Syracuse? It's simple. I need her to understand that Syracuse is a swamp. You don't get to just wade your way out. That goes for all of us. As such, do you confess to having committed all the aforementioned acts?
I was.
Very well. I hereby proclaim that Selenia, Texas is guilty of murdering Ministro Karachi, Ministro de la Voie Publique. I pronounce you.
What's going on? What was that sound? Anybody else hear that? It's an engine?
Raccoon's going to say no to the proposal, I mean. Actually, this is technically a proposal in a way.
But we're in a courthouse. How could that?
For the mafiosi of yesteryear, the unspoken rules were held above all else. Signora Cecilia placed the shackles of the law around the necks of the familiae. Thus, a court of law was erected in every Syracusan city. In Syracuse, the courts stand for Grey Hall's will, and the judges are executors of Signora Cecilia's will. The judges inevitably find themselves controlled by the familiae, sometimes even submitting to them. However, every judge knows there is one line that cannot be crossed. They must prevent fights between the Dodici familiae. Just as the Dodici all know their every move is under the watchful eye of Signora Cecilia. Thus, a delicate balance of power is established through the courts. But now, Raccoon! A declaration of contempt for Signora Cecilia. A mockery of the very laws of Syracuse. With an engine's roar squeezed between bouts of high-pitched laughter, a truck rips through the wall, and even after crashing its way inside, engine does not stop, as if proclaiming to others, this is no mere accident, but rather by design. Ah! What's going on? What's the truck doing in here? Who's the driver? Get out of here this instant! Heh, not bad. Now that's the face I wanted to see. Who the hell are you? Ah, yes. Buongiorno, signori. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Lapland Saluzzo. Saluzzo? I am also Karachi's true assassin. Wow, she's upstaging Texas. I am the assassin. No, I am the assassin. Breaking news. Just now, someone drove a truck into the courtroom. The woman who carried out this jaw-dropping deed just identified herself as Lapland Saluzzo, and she claims to be the one who really assassinated Karachi. At present, Judge Lavinia has suspended the trial and detained this individual. We will continue to track the latest developments, so don't go anywhere. Hey, it's Mr. Critic, aka Pizza Lover.
When people no longer recognize the stench of blood as blood, it becomes a natural part of society. Let this be a poignant wake-up call. In a city where even these sewers are choked with conspiracy and spilled blood, such fascinating developments can still take place. A wolf with a yearning for the wilderness, you never fail to surprise. But will you break free of your shackles? That I do wish to see.
Over a dozen mobsters lie on the ground, howling. The only one still standing is a girl holding a longbow. Oh, it's this person that I summoned. I never knew city wolves were this weak. Agnes was right. She pauses briefly, then suddenly turns to sniff the air. It's coming from the direction of the warehouse. Are there other wolves from the wilds in the city? No. This is not the scent of the wilderness, but it's very close to it. Yay, we got through that. Ooh, I got Leon Tuzo. By all logic, the heir serves the bidding of the Familia, yet he has never given up on questioning whether the path set by his father was the correct one, or contemplating the choices he should make. Cool. Let's see, where do I want to go now? Fingers pointing this way, point of interest. I'm on Citanova Main Street. The buildings along Siltanova's Main Street boast magnificent architecture, but their sharp edges and corners are a bit too sharp for some Familia's tastes. Oops. Wait, let me scroll back up, please. No, too many texts. No, stop it. Let me scroll back up. I wasn't reading that. No. Why are you automatically going? Let me read. Oh, this is such a tease. Wait, scroll back up. Oh man. Well, I hope I can look at that later because I was looking at the Nova Main Street thingy. Yes, I can scroll back up. Good. Yeah. If I couldn't, then oh, that would be sad. Never get distracted by the things in the corners.
Someone help me! I didn't do it on purpose. Quit hollering already. You think they don't have eyes and ears? They just know when they ain't seen nothing. Erg.
Hey, what are you doing charging people like that?
Oh.
You there? If you still intend to run, you'll be in contempt of our ironclad order.
Ugh, bad luck. Fine, you win. Your Honor, I'll go with you this time. But let me warn you.
Wow, I didn't think he was gonna call her that.
But let me warn you. Warn you now, bitch. Better watch where you walk alone the next few days.
Stai Zito. A few days later.
Your Honor.
Oh, I remember you. Did that guy keep bothering you after the case was settled?
He gave up. I came to thank you. These flowers are for you.
What happened?
I just saw him on the street corner. He's still after me.
Come with me. Received bouquet of gratitude. Oh, that's adorable. Oh, that is so cute. The judge was even willing to turn against her familia to help him, but the customers started questioning whether they should still associate with her while buying flowers. Hoot. If I should turn to other people before doing that, I will see then. Pizzeria Martino. Let's just go through it before reading because it's gonna scroll at this point. While it goes through the motions, I'm gonna drink some water. Hydration good. Delicious water. So I'm kind of craving matcha right now. My cravings have been all over the place. Gosh darn it, cravings.
Hurry up. The fighting started. You were there. If you're not gonna run, at least get out of the way.
This place hasn't changed one bit. The bystanders disperse in a panic, but Texas remains seated at the table, looking at the pizza that was just spread out to her.
That woman over there. Don't forget to take care of her too. Didn't you say killing civilians is too messy? Doesn't count if they're asking to die. What the hell's going on? How is she this strong? Gah. Just get the job done first and worry about her later.
The food's totally ruined now. Somebody hiding under the table. Looks like the shopkeeper's kid. No loose ends.
Wanna go back for her? Wait, hold off on that for now. I didn't get a good look before, but the color of her hair and eyes. We'd better figure out who she is.
Aw, poor kid. And the pizza being ruined though. Aw, man. Not the pizza. They owe her pizza. Wait, let me switch now to Leontuzo. Boop. Ooh, multiple points of interest. I will click on this one first. Okay, click on skip, and then read. Okay. A man is walking briskly along the road, and behind him follows a youth dressed in black. Among the crowd, they suddenly fall to sink.
Signor Ministro, I wanted to talk about your thing. I'm thinking it's something you'd want to take care of quickly. Wouldn't want it plastered all over tomorrow's tabloids. In a few days, it might even get adapted into a burlesco. I really don't want to lean on the old ways here. All I need is an agreement that you return the favor when the time is right.
His lips curl with the faint joy of a persuaded man, but he quickly suppresses it with the proper expression of one being threatened.
I've no idea what you're talking about. Please don't bother me again, especially not in public.
End. Ooh. Poke. I got a chip catalyst. Delicious. Wait, hotel though. No. I'll go here then. The Boulogne Estate. Boop. Then skeep. Then back up. Well, that was a short one. Leontuzo pushes open the door of the study. There are already mafiosi waiting inside, waiting for his response.
The job didn't go well. But that tells us he's not about to get won over by the other familia either, Signor Leontuzo. We're not in such a bad shape. Call Dimitri over.
Ooh. Money. Now this one, skeep. Oh, that's a longer one.
Want an apple? He's a stubborn paper pusher. If he's not ready to get with the times, we'll just have to go with the tried and true methods. Want me to come along? I guess. Sounds like you want an excuse to get a little workout, huh?
Dimitri, standing next to him, raises his eyebrows.
Oh? I was almost expecting you to say something about principles. I've had some things on my mind, that's all. Like what? He felt like he deserved more from us. Still, I want to find the path of least resistance. Let's go.
I want to scare a guy. Wait, I want to scare a man real quick.
We're here. Alright, let me handle this. Okay, he's on board. He'll see you tomorrow. You didn't have to do anything? The guy was sobbing and cradling his little pet. Besides, I would have felt bad taking a shower in somebody else's house. Must have been a real shock for him to find out halfway through his meal that all of his guards had been replaced, top to bottom. I doubt anyone would care if the guy sitting across the table had blood on him at that point. What a damn shame though. He took pretty good care of that pet.
No, not the pet, not the, I'm assuming, doggo. No! Leon Tuzo, no!
Since he's working with us now, we'll have to find him another one. He's gonna love it.
Oh, that is so sad. Not the little bebe. Not the dog or kitty. Or originium slug. Not the bitey. Oh, sadness.
The exploration's interesting. Ooh, I love all the freebies. Hehehe.
Now let me be good and switch over to Dimitri. Dimitri Cortaldo.
The sharper dagger.
A sharp dagger, a bottle of rich red wine, and a lingering sorrow. Everything he did was to see the Belons become the masters of Syracusa, and he staunchly believed that the dawn would lead them there. Hey, where you wanna go, Leon Tuzo? Back to the estate, huh? Okay. Dimitri closes the door. The thick wooden boundary separates him from the conversation between father and son.
Leon, the Don told me his plans. I'm sure he'll lay his ideals into you again. That way, you get what it is we're doing here, and how weak and stupid what you're doing is. When he told me everything, he really was a spitting image of what a Don should be. He was sitting on his couch with a glass of wine on the table in front of him. But it felt like he was seated on a throne. That was the day I realized Syracusa has become too tame. We never should have gotten comfortable under her rule. Divvying up the spoils she lets us take under the rule she made. The family ought to bite, tear, fight, and steal for the largest slab of meat, and carve it up as they see fit. That's what the Dawn taught me.
Whatever. I want to switch back to someone else. I will switch back to Texas then. Boop. And then over here, I will do this mission. Don't mind me. I'll just bring Lee. What I think of Dimitri's point of view? It's just different belief systems. So how do I want to do this? You know, I'll put him here. I should bring out Myrtle to be cute. I'll put her out here for now too. Come on, people, move! Move already, you weirdos! Uh-oh, this is potentially bad. No, he did it! Okay, thank you, Lee. Oh, I felt a tinge of fear. It's like the slightest tinge of fear. No, it's fine. Fine for now. Okay, let me get this ready. And stop standing there, sir. Stop standing there. Come on, you're giving me anxiety. There, he moved. Finally. I don't appreciate them just standing there awkwardly. Like, come on. Come on, civilians, move. Oh, good, it's fine. There. Ew. Okay, that worked out. Delicious money. I'm gonna go to a shady park now.
I even gave some of my lunch money to the boss. Guess I'll look around somewhere else. What's this?
An exquisite poster is plastered onto the wall, and the words printed on it are extremely conspicuous. La Morte de Texas. Texas stands beneath the wall and looks up. For the first time since she returned to Syracuse, she feels like laughing.
Heh.
Received. La Morte de Texas promotional flyer. This is the first time a familia's name has formally appeared in the title of a work of art. The people who awaited it did not realize what this signified, that the winds of change had begun to blow. Lee looks cool. I bought that for him. I need my Lee to be fancy too.
Oh, you're the lady who saved my child. Aw, I'm delighted to see you again. You're in a good mood. Haha, sure am. The judge over there just told me she knows which familia is responsible for this mess, and even promised that she'd get them to compensate me for my losses. Compensate you? Sounds strange, doesn't it? Judges can't usually do anything to those big familiae, but this judge is different. She'll push through for us. Yeah, she'll pull through for us. And because of her connections with the Belons, the other familiae don't dare lay a finger on her. Having a judge like her around means the world to us.
Texas feels a familiar exhaustion rise up inside her, and she knows exactly where it is coming from. For a moment, she was worried about the judge's safety and well-being, but this worry quickly proves to be unnecessary. Ooh. Delicious integrated devices, nom nom nom. So tasty. I guess I'm going to prison. The guard paces up and down the corridor.
Go ahead and ask. Are you really the last Texas? Are you really the murderer? Judge Lavinia was the one who arrested you, but if I recall correctly, you came here with the Belon boy. Did they have a falling out of some sort? Not answering, huh? Let's try something else. There's so much commotion out there, but it's deathly quiet in here. If Judge Lavinia didn't close the trial, there'd be more spectators squeezed outside that door next to you than at the box office for the new opera. You're not going to ask me anything? Maybe what kind of sentence you're in for? Not talking again, huh?
Texas notices water dripping from the corners of the wall due to the humidity of the rainy season. Her own clothes have even gotten wet. A minor discomfort such as this normally would not bother her at all, but right now, sensation makes her skin crawl with disgust. The people here don't care about who died or why. They only care about a name and identity. A name that fills them with exhilaration. Texas leans against the corner, her eyelids weighed down by her exhaustion. Now I'll be good. I will continue. I will go to the estate. But then there's a finger pointing up there, so I gotta go back to the prison, clearly. Hehe. I could not resist. Oh, that's a longer one. Texas, would you mind telling me more about your life in Lungmen? I delivered things. Texas's expression softens lightly. But it couldn't have been just logistics works, right? Well, it sometimes gets complicated, but I really am just a delivery girl over there. Okay, so there are no crossbow shootouts, police chases, cops and gangs, that kind of stuff? Back when I was in school, my roommate was way into Lungmen cinema. You occasionally have some rubber bullets, some drag racing stunts, and some high-quality vinyls. My friends like those kinds of things. And they've also asked me the same kinds of questions. What's Syracuse like? Do they really kill people at the drop of a hat? When you go outside, do you have groups of burly men in sunglasses following you around? Sounds like something some smaller familia might do. Your friends didn't come with you, did they? No, I actually don't even know how to explain all of this to them. When all is said and done, I need to go apologize. Lavinia leans forward slightly and raises 2 glasses of wine from the tray in front of her. Wow, they serve wine to prisoners here? To your speedy return to Lungmen. Texas reaches over to accept the glass of wine, revealing the corner of the poster stashed in her pocket. What's that?
Just a poster. Seemed like a pretty good joke at the time, but now that I think about it, it's just a poster.
La Morte de Texas.
I'll help you finish the rest.
Received cup of wine. Cup of red wine specifically. Wine has many meanings, one of which is acknowledgement.
Thanks.
Salute. When I think of red wine, I think of pasta. And also red wine mushrooms. Oh, more prison stuff. I mean, I gotta do it. Clearly. I want to bring Texas though. There she is. And then I'll be good and go to the estate. So let's see, I shall put her here. My sweet Myrtle. I'll put him here. And wait. Over here. Hey. And over here. Let's see. Okay, let me just bring out more people. I should, that's why. Like that. And here, Texas, do a thing, please. Please and thank you. I'll just keep her out there for now. Just in case. I don't feel too much fear using skills right now. Have I done the artist thing? Oh, is that the review thingy? It talked about films? Yes, I did the... Or at least I did that one. Seeing which people, you know, did things like, oh, this movie was bad. I had to walk out of it. Or this was a fun movie. What are you talking about? All these bad reviews. And I'm gonna leave prison for now. I'm gonna go to the estate for now. Let's open. Lapland goes to jail in Texas's place. Leontuso sees the Signora de Lupi. And Sora realizes that the member of the audience she spoke with was the author of La Morte de Texas. Boop.
No one told me about this. Me neither. Did she act on her own? Don't worry about it. I chose to let her do it. Don Alberto, but why? A gold coin can mean very different things in different circumstances. The Belons will not have their way. What's a little smirch on a reputation? If it means we cut another piece of flesh off Bernardo? Understood. What should we do now? Prepare my car. I'm going to see my daughter. Yes, Don Alberto. By the way, where is Don Brown now? Don Brown? I think he's working at a car wash. Give me the address. Are you calling him back? I never permitted him to leave the Familia. Understood. And prepare a banquet, or a feast for the heir to Familia Belon.
Aw, poor car wash dude.
Let me go! We caught the assassins thanks to Lapland's tip-off. They've been identified of having taken part in Leon Tuzo's assassination.
Do you two know her? Hey.
Nothing good ever comes out of dealing with you, Lapland.
Look on the bright side, it's not every day that you get to sit in a Syracusan cell. I'd want Lapland on my good, or I'd want to be on Lapland's good side. Being on her bad side would be scary. Lock them up.
Yes, Your Honor.
You two were the ones. You were the one who waylaid Selenia and ordered the bombing of Karachi. Is that still your story? You sure are persistent, aren't you? Don't you and Bellon want to get this case closed as quickly as you can? Does it matter if it was me or Texas who did it? You really should hang me, Your Honor. I'm just the pawn from my familia cast aside. Surely, you can do it. Imagine the positive impact that my death will have on justice in Syracuse. Isn't it worth a try?
I don't know what you're planning, but I'll do exactly that if you really are the culprit, Lapland Saluzzo. First, there's someone I have to see. Welcome back, Don Bernardo. Take a break. You've been working hard. Yes, Don Bernardo. Not happy? How could I be? Come with me. There are some things that you have to know. Why did you bring me here? My lord.
Oh, it's the doggo.
Bernardo, are you asking me to tame your unruly cub now? He just needs to understand something. What are you? I am Il Signore de Lupi, cub.
The Antuso feels a daze at the words, Signore de Lupi. Fragments of knowledge and memory rush into his mind and take shape. The Signore de Lupi, sovereign of beasts. Beings that were never born, they have existed since time immemorial. Zaro is a sovereign of beasts. He and his kind have borne witness to the path that the Wolfpack tread on the wilderness. They are engaged in a killing game, guided by their own nature. The Signori de Lupi are immortal. They gain no satisfaction from fighting amongst themselves, so they have set rules for their game. Each Signor de Lupi grooms a human to hunt the others. These are the fangs of the Signor de Lupi. The one with the last fang standing becomes the alpha.
Signor de Lupi, the hunt, fangs. Could it be? Your father has been an excellent fang. Rubio, Don Alberto is holding a banquet for Familia Bellon. We'll need the best food. Could it really be Saluzzo? Rubio? Oh, it's nothing. Let me think. Ordinary hospitality won't do when the Bellones are involved. Please inform Don Alberto that it would be my honor to prepare the banquet personally. I eagerly await his response.
Hey Rubio, long time no see. In Colombia, a show of kindness by a mafioso often results in the subject becoming a chip in a bargain. The more one cares, the higher the cost. In Syracuse, the subject may take their last breath on a dark, rainy street. The more one cares, the greater the pain. One must become cold and heartless. Texas knows that well and detests it. I'm sorry.
No need to apologize to me.
You can leave after some paperwork if you want. Procedurally, you're no longer a suspect.
I'm not worried. It's quieter here in jail. Haven't you given up yet?
Do you really think your old friend did it?
It's her style, but I don't see the motive.
Then it's not time to give up.
Signorina Lavinia, Familia Rosati sends their word that Signor Wallach would like to speak with Signorina Selenia.
Well,
No rest for the wicked then.
I want to try Rubio's food. Lavinia realizes that Texas put something in her pocket as she passed by. She reaches into it and finds a note. There is a phone number and a short message scribbled in a corner. Penguin Logistics delivers, rain or shine. I heard clapping, so clap, 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 clap. Unhappy audience member.
Senor, if you had to sleep, can you at least put your legs down? Are you talking to me? Who else? How could you sleep in the theater? And to put your feet up like that, how rude! I'm not blocking you, am I? No, but it's really off-putting to have someone so rude beside me. Alright, I'll put my legs down. Hey, why do you have food with you? We don't sell food here. Yeah, I bought at the corner store since you don't sell popcorn here. Is it your first time here? A friend suggested I come here to relax. What do you think of the performance? I don't really understand what's going on. Why are they doing that?
I mean, you don't understand, sir, because you were napping.
Escort this gentleman out. He's not welcome here. Hey, I bought a ticket. Give him a refund. Right away.
Hey, at least they're giving him a refund.
Come with us, senor. And get the hell out. Say, I saw him when the show started. I thought he was some rich boy out to experience society. Turns out, it was a poor Kazo who knows nothing about opera. Did you like what they were doing up on stage? Of course, the actors look nice, and the songs are beautiful. Is that what they call art? Stick to the bars, pleb. Oh yeah, here's your ticket money.
Oh, they didn't forget the money.
Don't you dare say we took it.
Wow, they actually gave it.
What's that? You want to do this the hard way? Hey, this guy's strong. I need some help here. Something's not right with his eyes. My arm, it's gonna break! Hold it right there. Just let it go. Don't waste your time with the Kazo like that. Come on, let's get you bandaged up. Sorry, Signorina Lavinia. Doesn't look like this is something for me. Guess I should find a bar to get myself drunk, then spend the night.
I'm sorry. I had to clap before that.
Then spend the night at the porno theater.
As one does, right? As one do. I did not expect one of those there. Are we gonna go there for one of the missions? Wow. What a magical theater. Want a drink? Dan Brown looks in the direction the voice came from. He sees a man leaning by the wall of the alley, shaking a bottle in his hand. Like, hello, sir. I hear you want a drink and to go to the specific theater. Would you like a drink with me, sir?
I want an explanation, Lapland.
Isn't this what you wanted? Help the Belons when they're at their weakest, control them, and dominate them, rather than destroy them.
I thought I taught you. I taught you what you do in times like this.
Oh, I forgot. It's been years since I left, you know.
I can have you ignoring the business I give you. Or are you going against me? You're my daughter, after all. I'm a forgiving man, but I can't let you go over my head and to make decisions for the familia. Even if you did actually guess what I wanted to do, I am the Don of our familia. 7 years ago, I kicked you out for this. 7 years later, you came back and did it again. You knew it would infuriate me. You knew it was the only thing that could infuriate me. Why did you do it? Filia mia?
Because nothing else brings me joy, Padre Mio. I want to know if it's really your position that matters most. I've always wanted to know. Oh, he just yeeted her. Lapland raises herself from the ground with great effort. Her face is full of joy, as though this was what she came back to Syracuse for.
Time's up, boss. That'll be all for today.
That's all?
You defied me. But you're still my daughter. You know what I want better than anyone. All you're missing is the discipline. It's my fault for not educating you properly. But there's still time.
I really want to know what Mama's like. Does Lapland get her craziness from Mama?
So, all the Signor de Lupi live amongst us? No. He's the only one who involves himself in human society. The rest of them stay out in the wilderness. Why? He believes that the authority over man is a form of power, and he wants to use it to triumph over the other Signor de Lupi. So he wants you to overthrow Signora Cecilia, become the de facto ruler of Syracuse, and help him win his fight with his kind? You, me, the entire familia, we're all tools to him. Did you think I was going to accept that? How could you accept being a puppet your entire life? Filio mio, there's one thing you've misunderstood. He taught me how to win power, just as I taught you. Using it to defeat the other Fangs is just a part. Every decision that I made, including what I'm doing now, is my own.
How can you be so sure?
No, he's serious. Look at him. The strength of his character, he's no puppet. We're each other's tools, instruments for our mutual victory. That's all. Boss, the Saluzos have sent their invitation. Don Alberto would like Signor Leon to attend his banquet.
I've lost count of how many times you sighed today, Sora. Can't be helped, considering what happened at the trial. How about we raid the prison? You lost your darn mind. At least we get to see her. I wouldn't recommend it. What are you doing here, Miss Katerina? That's my line, Sora. Why are you out here? It's dangerous. I live nearby. You do? Did you get scammed? It's fine. She's got me and Exia. Who's this, Sora? Oh, I met Katerina a few days ago over at the theater. Well, I guess it's fine. If you have friends you can count on. What about you? Hello, hello? Oh, don't worry about me. A noisy place like this is conducive to my creative work. Creative work? Say, the playwright behind La Morte di Texas is named Katerina too. Could you be... Uh-huh. Wow, no wonder you knew so much about the Texas family. I read that one. Even I could tell it's one humdinger of a script. Can I get your autograph? Sure. Not that it's worth anything right now. Le Morte di Texas is gonna be a blockbuster. You can bet on that. Thanks. Back to what you just said. You You look like you could take care of yourselves, and I wouldn't put it past you to actually get it done. If it was any other Syracusan prison. But things aren't so easy here in Volsini, with Lavinia around. The eyes of all the familiae are on that place. You don't know what trouble you might stir up if you act rashly. Heh, you were just kidding around. You didn't look like you were. May I ask a question? Okay. Do you know Selenia well? Yes, we're all besties and work at the same place.
Sit. There's an unwritten rule in art and writing. You can base your work on the familia, but you can't mention a real familia by name. I've heard that. But somebody put La Morte di Texas out there. The first work to use the name of a real familia. And that means the familia aren't trying to stay in the shadows anymore. They're out to take center stage. All thanks to the Colombians. A lot's changed since the Colombians got mixed up in the Syracusan art scene. Unscrupulous artists, or rather, craftsmen, pumped out work that's starting to stink. They're not making observations about life. They're making pale imitations of it, as long as audiences are willing to shell out money for it. It's just a mosaic of pop culture. What was popular yesterday shows up in theaters tomorrow. Real quality is buried under garbage, which becomes all you find when you look for art. Isn't that terrible? If it's what everybody likes, then what you call art sounds like garbage. Some think like that, but not everyone. There are those who would like to keep good art from being buried, but they don't know how to fight the tide. That old-timey opera didn't appeal to me. But you never escaped the past, did you? Who are you? Benthon Nexigios. You'll find my name in the review section of Volsini Arts Weekly.
Of course he's a critic. Clearly based on his review. Like his pizza one.
Ben. Just call me Ben. Ben. I've got my thoughts about what Syracuse has become. People up high say we gotta solve our problems in more civilized ways. But when I try to do something all civilized, things turn out the same as they always did. Why do we fool ourselves like that when we don't actually have to? The familia know how things are trending, but no one wants to give what they already had. Want a drink? That wine's not cheap. It's not. And this is a cheap pizzeria. It is. Why pair a wine like that with pizza like that? Because the wine is worth the same as the pizza to me.
Plus, Mr. Ben likes cheap pizza. Nothing wrong with cheap pizza. I like cheap pizza.
The wine is certainly finely made, but just as much care was put into growing the wheat that ended up in this pizza. Is there really that much of a difference in value between them, if you take away the trappings of civilization? Do you believe in these things? The trappings of civilization? Like the label on this wine, slap it on something else, and you're free to feed on the people whom you'd fooled.
I want some of that pizza. So Selenia fled to Lungmen and you are her friends. Hard to believe, isn't it? No, I believe it. Really? First, there's no need for you to lie. Second, I always thought there was a chance she was still alive. Now I understand why she suddenly showed up. I guess she made a deal with the Bellons, and now she's here to pay her debt. Definitely sounds like her. But what a coincidence it is that you found the Compagnia dell'Alba. Or perhaps it's no coincidence. What's special about that company? Nothing, it's nothing. The Compagnia dell'Alba is a good place to start if you want to get close to the Familia Bellon. But, well, come with me. Where are we? What's this place?
It's my home. Wow, books and papers everywhere. Sorry about that. I didn't have time to clean up. Take this, Sora.
A key?
Yes, it can be dangerous outside. Come here if you want to practice. It's quieter, and I have plenty of scripts that you can look at.
But
just think of it as making a new friend.
alright. Wow, she gave a key to the place? That is a good friend, first thing. I got Lavinia now. The banished lone wolf who returned to the rainy city. In her eyes, Syracuse is a swamp, and she observes the fates of those who wish to escape it with bated breath. Cool. But I shall continue because my goal was to get to... you know... number 5. I did number 4 and now 5. At the very least, and then see how much time or what time it is afterwards. Peppa's Craft. The owner of the shop claims to be a nobody, but if an establishment never gets any solicitations from a familia, everyone already knows what's going on. Boop. Is this another food place? I will assume it is, and I'll bring Texas and press start. But I want a sip of water first because it's actually pretty hot tonight. My room is still in the 80s for Fahrenheit. And it's very humid. My palms are moist and I do not appreciate that from the humidity. And I can tell I'm starting to get dehydrated because my lips are starting to get chapped, which is annoying. But I have water next to me. I am prepared.
Though I consider the possibility that Leontuzo was trying to pull a fast one on me behind my back, my suspicions were confirmed the moment I saw you. You're the real deal, a flesh and blood Texas. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Warlock of Familia Rosati. You're Colombian? Of course. Most associates of the Familia Rosati are. So, how did you enjoy prison life here? There was nothing special about it. Strange, logically. You never should have spent so long in a jail in the first place. Just what was Belon thinking? Is there something unusual about obeying the law? The law? What do the courts here in Syracuse have to do with the so-called law? Look at it this way. In most Syracusan cities, standing trial and going to jail is a common coming-of-age ritual for a young mafioso. After that, his familia associates go pick him up, like a warrior returning home triumphant. Everything on the surface here is meaningless to those who live by the underworld's ways. What's your point? You grew up in Colombia. Do I need to spell it out for you? A complete joke. There's no way to say it. But that's why we're able to establish ourselves here so easily. Do you enjoy talking politics? You obviously don't. To be honest with you, I'm not a fan either. I'll get to the point then. Why aren't you dead? None of your business. Fine. Let me ask you a different question then. Why did you come back? Didn't Leontuzo tell you already? I owe the Belons a favor. So let me get this straight. You knew the Belons wanted to bring you back to deal with us Rosatis. But you still went along with it. I didn't know that until I got here, but you could say that. Your bluntness makes me wonder if there's something wrong with me. Last of the Texases. Are you going to tell me you forgot the Texas name used to rule all of Colombia's familiae, large and small? That your grandfather, Salvador, was the lodestar for every associate of every familia in Colombia? What the Texases left behind has nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with you?
Warlock smashes his fist into the coffee table next to him, and fresh blood begins to seep from his fingers. He's like, I was a fan of your grandpa. We were all fans of your grandpa specifically. Look at all the fan fictions written about him. Like heck, that play is about him and his lover. Or the lover he should have had. He does not seem to realize it.
You are Lavinia, Texas, the granddaughter of Salvador. As long as you live, those things have everything to do with you. The mere mention of your name at a Rosati table forces us to change the way we do things. Texas was our pride. Do you know how much effort Giovanna put in to reunite the remaining Colombian familiae, so that Salvador's blood and sweat would not go to waste? Do you have any idea what it was like to finally give in to Signora Cecilia, traveling thousands of miles to go from Colombia to Syracuse? In order to survive, we even gave up the technology to build a nomadic city, basically letting Syracuse construct a new one for free. It was all because of the fall of Texas. It left us no choice but to accept this reality. And now you, the last Texas, deign to set foot here, like you own the damned place. Claiming that you have nothing to do with all this, that you're just here to pay off a debt. You even go so far to stand against us. You owe the Belons. That you're even alive means you owe a much bigger debt to the Colombian familiae. I might owe Giovanna an explanation, but I don't owe a thing to the Colombians. After I settle my accounts with the Belons, I'm leaving Syracuse. You think we'll take your word for it? Your very existence shakes the foundations of Familia Rosati. Where's Giovanna? What? I'm asking, why are you here instead of Giovanna? I speak for her. She wouldn't, for example, grovel at Signora Cecilia's feet. Same as she wouldn't send a representative to meet me. You think you know her so well? Judging from your expression, looks like I'm right. Ha, isn't that unlucky? Turns out I'm the one who doesn't know enough about the legendary Texas. I always thought I was a pretty good actor. You're not bad, but you speak eloquently and at great lengths about Syracuse, as if you've seen through the country for what it is. It feels very familiar to me. I wouldn't keep doing that if I were you. Why not? Because it proves you don't understand this place well enough. But you are right about one thing. Now that I'm back, I should go have a chat with Giovanna. You won't be seeing her. Sorry about this, last of the Texases. You're too much like a Syracusan. No, you are a Syracusan through and through. So I cannot let you see the Donna. You'll shake her, and you'll shake others too. You bring ruin to a great many things. So please, turn back. Go close the deal you had with the Belons, and then crawl back wherever you came from. You're free to do what you want from here. But I'll ask you to bear one thing in mind. Familia Rosati does not welcome you.
That's not for you to say, Valak. Clearly, the Rosati family loves her to make a play about her family. Texas stands up and walks to the door. Unconsciously, the would-be assassins part and make way for her. She looks around, reading anger, bewilderment, disgust, confusion, and other emotions in the eyes of the Colombians. This is what her surname brings to the table. Texas. She lets out a sigh and exits the room.
What an unexpected guest.
I want to see Bernardo.
I've already warned you several times before not to call the Don by his first name, Signorina Lavinia.
You know where he is, don't you?
Give me one reason why I should tell you.
If standing here listening to you mock me from your position as the big winner is enough to get you to tell me, I'll gladly play along.
The big winner, huh? Whatever. It's not like you knowing will do any harm. The Don already left for the Saluzzo mansion. You won't be able to see him. If you want to stir up trouble in his household, that's on you. But if the Dawn has decided to open discussions with Saluzos, I suggest you don't stick your head where it doesn't belong. Don't need to tell me twice. One more thing, Signorina Lavinia. I don't care what you think about me, but I hope you do remember this. Leon is a made man in this familia, and he was the first to deviate from our path. We are all one familia, and a familia ought to stick together. Your path? That's a nice euphemism for craven ambition. Heh.
Lavinia's tough. She's like, whatever. You don't scare me. A droplet of rain strikes the ridge of her eye socket and rolls down like a teardrop. Never in her life has Lavinia experienced rain so frigid and biting in Syracuse, but she promptly wipes away the streaks. It is too soon for that. Who is it? I'm looking for Penguin Logistics. That's me. Do you have time right now? I have a moment. What services does your business offer? We deliver letters, messages, goods, and people. Rain or shine. Perfect. I have a job for you. Ah, yes. I bet Emperor would be so proud. Like, oh my goodness, look at Texas doing her job even while on vacation. Oh, Soda. So you went to Katarina's place after all? There are tons of resources here, and Miss Katarina even left her notes in a lot of these scripts. She's really passionate about her job, huh? Ah. Stop sighing, won't ya? Everybody knows your acting thingy ain't just another way of chasing Texas. Leastwise, you don't want it to be. Right, but finding her is still our top priority. After all, Lapland is back in Syracuse, and she's been doing some pretty crazy stuff. If you think about it, it makes perfect sense. It always feels like she's there wherever Texas shows up. Do you think she's doing it to help Texas? Looking at the scoreboard, Texas sure as sunshine got her name cleared. But ain't that kind of strange whichever way you look at it? Yes, I'm sure she has her own goals. Ugh, I don't have what it takes to deal with that woman. Anyways, she ain't no friend of Texas. Don't take a genius to know that much. But her attitude ain't much like an enemy neither. End of the day, I just can't figure out for the life of me it is what she wants out of Texas. But that milfoil she gave us earlier was really good. Don't want to hear nothing out of that hungry mouth of yours. It's kind of like how I used to look at Mostima. I couldn't figure her out, but after I gradually stopped thinking about her, she actually started to make sense to me. I feel like it's the same way with Lapland. For people like her, there's no point trying to guess what they're thinking. It's better to just accept what they say at face value. Only if every word they say is true that you can start to figure out if they're ultimately trying to weave truths into a lie. Yeah, it is true. Mostima do what Mostima wanna do. And Lapland do what Lapland wanna do. As one does. And they go off on their own. Time for me to get some chow. Apple pie, you watch over things, okay? You got it. Sora, are you practicing your lines again? Oh, hi there, Miss Katarina. We're about to start a performance of Act 2 of La Morte de Texas, so I have to step it up. Oh, I completely forgot. Time sure has a way of sneaking up on you. Apple pie, would you like some pizza? Sure would. By the way, Miss Katarina, since you're the playwright, you'll be coming to watch the show, right?
I actually wanted to tell you that I'm going away for a while.
Huh? For how long?
Well, it shouldn't be too long if everything goes as planned. Don't worry, it's nothing major. Something happened back home, and as the eldest daughter, I have to go back and get everything under control. Being a big sister is hard work, isn't it? Haha, it's not so bad. Unfortunately, I'm still not sure what to do for the climax of Act 3. Maybe I can find some inspiration back home this time.
Alright.
Come on, don't look at me like that. We just won't be seeing each other for a bit. I should still be able to find the time to come watch Act 2. Who knows, maybe I'll surprise you backstage and invite you out.
Really?
After all, I rarely get to make new friends, and I wouldn't want to miss the performance of a script I wrote myself.
Right, that settles it then. If you're coming by, you have to let me know.
Of course. I'm off then. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
See you later. Donna, you didn't bring any luggage? After we're done here, I have to head back to finish my script. What's there for me to bring? Alright. How have the Saluzos and Balons been reacting? The Saluzos invited Leontuzo to a banquet, and the old wolf Bernardo agreed to it. That banquet may end up very interesting, and everyone has eyes on it now. Should we respond in any way? Malak, help me make some travel plans. I'm going to go watch the opening performance of La Morte de Texas Act 2. Is the script you wrote that important to you? Of course. It is the product of my painstaking labor. Also, didn't you just ask how we were going to respond? That is my response, seeing how Bernardo Bellon is about to step away from his own theater. Naturally, I, Giovanna Rosati, ought to return.
That's right, take responsibility for the play. She shall be in charge. Why are there so many dudes just standing there? Sirs, can you just move, please? Come on!
Why are you doing this, sirs? Are you making this awkward, sirs? Okay, they're going down that way for now, so it's not too bad. I don't like how they're just waiting there. Bothers me a lot. It gives me like the slightest tinge of fear. And you know, I'll just put him here for now. Oh, there's another dude just running. Go, sir, go! I believe in you, dude. Just keep on running. You do not stop. Because if you stop, then you're gonna go poof. What is that dude doing? Whatever he's doing, it don't mean anything to me because I just bonked him. Heh. Okay, this is fine for now. Oh, there's more dudes. Run faster, please. Come on, run, run! And why are you just standing there menacingly? Bothers me so much when they do that. Gives me fear. It actually instills fear, and I do not appreciate that. Ain't not too bad so far. Good job, Susie. 10 more. Go, go, go. Not too many left, actually. But that guy gives me some fear, so I'm gonna get rid of him first thing. Okay. Now it's just silence.
Come on, guys, go out the exit. Come on, hurry up. Hurry up, my dudes. Go. Go, go, go. Whew.
Mission accomplished.
They literally waited to the end. Kind of upsets me. Quartieri Saluzzo. Quartieri Saluzzo.
Leon, I've never been one to tell you what to do. I've always hoped you come to your own decisions about everything. You've done well all these years. If you really think that, then why? Why did you suddenly decide to act now? Why are you telling me this? Why did you betray Lavinia?
Countless questions swirl around Leontuzo's mind, but none of them leave his lips. What he just saw and heard seems to contradict his cognition. He suddenly feels as if the man before him is not his father. He's like a stranger.
Because this is the best and only chance. What do you mean by that? You'll find out soon enough. Signor Bernardo, Signor Leontuzo, it's a pleasure to see you. You're not one of Saluzzo's associates. Secretario di Sicurezza Alimentare Rubio? Why are you? My departamento is catering tonight's banquet. I'll be cooking personally. Oh? I've heard that in Volsini, no event worth its salt can be held without the endorsement of Il Dipartimento di Sicurezza Alimentare. You speak too highly of me. I'm just hoping to make food that satisfies the fine men and women of every familia. Yet another reason to look forward to tonight's banquet.
I'm jealous. I want the food. You came.
Where is he right now?
He went to the Saluzzo mansion.
Okay.
You're not going to ask why?
I can tell that Bernardo is very important to you.
When I became a judge, he didn't ask me to abuse my position to protect the familia backing me, like all the other judges. He let me do what I wanted to do. Leon too. As the Bellon boss in the city, he respects my work and the brand of justice I seek to uphold. Even if I rule against the Bellons, he sees it as strictly business. In his words, my justice is more effective than blind violence. I don't object to his understanding of justice. He even spends some of his spare time reading new literature. Even so, as a judge, I still have to come face to face with the injustices that constantly plague the city. The power struggles between the familiae, the oppression of the common folk, and the silent rage of the masses. The more I try to uphold justice, the more difficult I realized my path was. I used to comfort myself that at least I'm not the tool of some familia. But how could that be true? My hands are already dirty. I just didn't want to admit it. It's impossible not to get your hands dirty. Even if this seems silly to you, the promise Bernardo made to me was the only reason I was able to remain a judge in Syracusa. Promise? He once told me that after Familia Bellone emerged victorious, he would carve out a piece of land in Syracusa. There, the law I placed my faith in would no longer rely on pure power, where the justice I sought could truly be realized. He's hoped I could be patient until that day comes. Every time I start to think I can't bear it anymore, I think of his promise. Tell me, if all this was a lie, then what purpose has my life had for the past 10 years?
I think, given his power and status, he wouldn't need to lie to you like that.
Right? That's why.
Who is it? Huh? You're...
Ooh, there's an interlude? After stage 8? Depending. Yeah, it depends. I am Judge Lavinia. I would like to speak with Don Alberto regarding the murder of Karachi.
Your Honor, the Don is entertaining an honored guest right now and doesn't have time to... By honored guest, do you mean Bernardo Bellon? Please inform the two Dons that this is a matter of great importance. I will not leave until I see them. Please try this one. I learned it from a Lathanian chef. Not bad, not bad. Times have really changed, Bernardo. In the old days, whenever we wanted something, it was all, I must have it, and I'll kill anyone who gets in my way. But now, I need to find officials or businessmen who are on good terms with me and ask them to get it for me. Be discreet about it too. Wouldn't want news to get out. Ridiculous. Isn't that right, Rubio? Anything you desire can be yours, Don Alberto. For one to be called upon to get what you want is his honor. Ha! Secretario Rubio, you must have been plenty lucky yourself to fill that position. I didn't have that kind of luck, which is why I had to go about it this way. I'm just a clown, currying favor with the bosses. Heh, look at this guy, always talking himself down. The fact that you're even here today is enough to prove your worth. You're right, Don Alberto.
True, cliffhangers are fun.
Alright, Bernardo, we spent enough time exchanging pleasantries. So let's get down to business. You want to do with the Dodici Familie. As I always wanted to do, but never had the guts to take her down. And sure, you have my support. But you've only just muddied the waters. If you really want to overthrow her, you're a long way away. The fact that you even dare to come to this dinner shows that the cards are still in your hand. So tell me, what exactly do you plan to do? Alberto, what do you think about Familia Rosati? Rosati? They've got ambition. Familia Rosati isn't alive today just because Giovanna's standing up as Salvador's successor. Someone must think the legacy of the Texas name, old Salvador's knack for unification, was an invaluable asset. If you ask me, it's a liability. Charisma this, charisma that. In the end, money is what talks. It's the only thing that'll get anyone to give a damn about you. You're right, and also wrong. From where we stand, there are always methods of convincing people. And to be fair, I do somewhat admire Giovanna. While the Texas legacy did make for a liability, she took it up willingly, and managed to make it her own. It's true that the Rosatis have depended on the wealth and connections they've accumulated, but they've gone too far. In what way? Do you really think she wants to hand over the key to the new city to either of our familiae? We've been jostling for power here, but the Rosatis haven't shown the slightest interest in participating, as if they're not even here in our world. But they are the same Rosatis that took up Salvador's legacy. They handed over the technology to build that city to Syracusa. Do you really think they're bystanders in all this? To a new city built to commemorate Salvador? A new city that could change the trajectory of Syracusa? You mind putting it in plain Syracusan for me? How could I possibly be more direct, Alberto? The Dodici Familiae have been battling here in Volsini, and to her, this is nothing more than a beast-fighting exhibition. Don Alberto.
Whispers.
Judge Lavinia and Selenia? They want to see me and Bernardo? What's the meaning of this, Bernardo? They're not with me. Oh? The Saluzos have never been anything but hospitable to our guests, but to those who are not guests, you can deal with them according to the Saluzo way. Haha, alright then. You heard the man? Yes, Don Alberto. Bernardo, I know you enjoy chatting about plans in the future, but I like more practical topics myself. Because you know those like the back of your hand. The people know the Saluzos never place a bet lightly, but few remember that when a Saluzo does place a bet, he doesn't let it go lightly either. Heh. Rubio, the rest is not meant for your ears. I get it. Secretario Rubio, do you have any interest in opera? Oh, I sometimes go when I have the time. Perfect. Take this. This is a ticket to La Muerte de Texas Act 2. Yes, if it sounds like something you'd be interested in, feel free to go check it out.
Aw, Rubio gets to watch the play. Yay for Rubio. Leon must feel awkward with this old man talk. And he's probably feeling very worried about his bestie Lavinia. Like, oh no. I mean, Texas is there, but oh, I don't want them to hurt my bestie.
I told you, Bernardo. The time for pleasantries is over. I'd also like to invite all Saluzos and their associates to enjoy the show together. What are you talking about? It's time to go. This is a private party.
And what if I told you I must see the Dons today?
The Saluzos have a particular way of showing hospitality to unwelcome guests.
I'm sorry, Selenia.
This is what I'm here for, isn't it?
How much do you think she's charging for the service of Penguin Logistics?
You dare pull your sword on a Saluzo? Selenia, last of the Texases. Are you out of your mind?
Flip that one around. To kill, not for the sake of killing, for an honest and sincere hope. Since her return to Syracusa, this is the fight that has felt the least empty to her. That is what Texas thinks.
My theater manager informed me that Familia Rosati has reserved a VIP box for tomorrow's night show. Oh? Haha, staging a hit in a theater? Is that how the esteemed artistic director of Campagna de Alba operates? It's just sprinkling the dressing of truth onto a play. But there is still one thing I have doubts about. Giovanna has heavies from Colombia among her associates, especially her boss in the city, Wallach. I heard rumors about his methods. How are you sure we'll be able to bring her down together?
Ooh, Wallach was the one they fought inside that opening trailer video, right? As in they, Texas and Lapland? At least it looked like Wallach. Okay, so it was him.
How are you sure we'll be able to bring her down together? Don Alberto, whisper! Aha, sounds like fun. Bernardo, the judge and that Texas very much want to see us. They've already wounded some of my soldiers. They are both close friends of yours, Belone. Care to explain? The associates of Familia Saluzzo have always been known for their bloodlust and combativeness. Alberto, if the Rosatis came to attack your home, what do you think their chances would be? Zilch, they wouldn't stand a chance. Selenia will be the blade that runs through the heart of Familia Rosati. Oh? Rosati soldiers can't go, Selenia can. So what are you worried about? Can't the Rosati stop her?
I mean, Wallach, he's to me. But I like Boss Lady. She's cool with the other members of Penguin Logistics, plus she's adorable. I like how so into her play she is.
I remember you. I thought you totally gave up on this place. Like you never even lived here.
My time with the Saluzos wasn't so bad.
Then you gotta know what it is you're doing.
I do. Texas, you. Looking at the unconscious mafiosi strewn around her, Lavinia can't help but be briefly lost for words. Even with all this, Texas was still holding back. She thought she had seen it all in her time dealing with the familiar, but this is still beyond her comprehension. He's probably a capable fighter for their standards. Like, you know how, heck, even in Gaviel's home, like, there are warriors there that are tough, but then Gaviel's just built different. Just like how over here, Wallach's probably tough, but Texas is built different. I'm glad I'm on your side.
Unfortunately, it looks like this is as far as we'll get.
Huh? Leon?
Lavinia, you shouldn't have come.
I have to ask Bernardo something face to face.
The assassination of the boss of Familia Rosati has already been decided. Saluzzo and Ballon would join forces.
That's the decision they made?
It was our decision.
Where is he?
Dinner just ended. My father's upstairs. You can see him, but nothing will change.
I like how Leon Tuzo just spills the tea as one does. Like, hey bestie, let me fill you in on the situation. So here's the tea. Along the way, Lavinia keeps running over a million different things to say. There are too many questions she wants to ask Bernardo. She imagines the countless arguments she'd have with him, as well as their outcomes. She thinks she has mustered enough anger. However, when she steps through the door, the scene she encounters shakes her to the core. Bernardo sits upright in a luxurious chair. In his hand rests a legal codex adorned with thorns, the very same as the one she holds in her hands. He lowers his head and rubs the tome lightly with his palms, as if completely unaware of the thorns digging into his hands, of the bright blood trickling down. Her chaotic thoughts all freeze in this moment. In the end, thousands of words condense into one. Why? This is actually a good thumbnail image. Let me just screenshot. Poor Lavinia, she believes in Bernardo. Why?
The game is over, Lavinia.
That sentence alone is already enough for her. Only a few moments of silence pass, but she is already sapped of all of her strength. Lavinia turns to leave and does not look back, frightened of the tears about to roll from her eyes. Bernardo remains in place, uttering not a single word as a few drops of his blood dye the floor. Poor Lavinia. Ooh, theater perimeters. I want to do these little thingies for now. These points of interest things, I want to explore a little bit more. Boop. Anywhere else does Texas want to go? Texas, you want to go exploring anywhere, girl? Oh, you want to go here? Just kidding. Nope. She's done exploring for now, so let's switch to someone else. I will switch to Lavinia. Hey girl, you wanna go anywhere? Oh, you wanna go here to the courthouse? Of course you do. Okay, let's go there. Might as well help her take out her anger, as one do. Oh no, there's more people to watch out for. Monsters. Walk faster, my dudes. But it's okay. Need prep a little bit more though, so like that. That should be good. There. Oh wait, I should have put Silver Ash probably over there, but oh well, too late, no regrets. Come on, just a little bit more, and there, I can do that. Jen will beat everyone up. Oh, now it's one of those dudes. I'm gonna use Texas, as one does. Look at how powerful she is. Okay, let's let her retreat. Oh no, the dude's running. Oh, he got hurt a little bit. Poor dude. These civilians, though. But I can say they're not as frustrating as the Shield Bros. Oh, the shield bros, protecting the shield bros. That was probably the worst one. The shield bros will haunt me. Civilians do bother me. I just want to force them to run. Like, come on. Like, look at that one. He's just standing there menacingly. Come on, hurry up. So it's kind of cute how he was waiting for his buddy at the end.
Mission accomplished.
That I can say is adorable. Good job, team. Okay, point of interest. Boop. And delicious freebie. Oh, point of interest again. And then over here. Or skip, skip. Excuse me. I'm here to retrieve some files. Here's my permit. Sure. It's in the archives in the back. I'll take you. Just sign your name when you find what you need. Huh? One moment, please. Signorina Lavinia. Were you getting ready for a trial? When these files were archived yesterday, they said that the prisoner in question had been released early. You're only allowed to borrow these files for the time being. Received. Borrowed dossiers. The judges have long grown accustomed to the fact that a large number of files will be thrown into the archives with no closure, just like this one. Nobody informed me. Which judge authorized the prisoner's release? Oh, back to the courthouse. Lavinia is the main heroine of the city. I would say... yeah, for her, she'd be the main heroine of the city. Texas would be... the MC. Yeah, she'd be the MC, and then this is the main heroine. This is like... basically, Texas would be MC Kun, but no, she's still MC Chan, but yes. Other main heroine. The individual in question is an associate of Familia Belon. I still remember him. Right now, they probably need all the manpower they can get. Or there's some other calculus involved. And if he's convicted, it'll create problems for the Familia. Or it could be the same as before. It's not time yet. He told me before that I would finally realize true justice in Syracusa. But how long must I endure this kind of injustice? Here, I'm done looking. Thanks in advance for trying to re-archive them. Right? You're not going to ask for a retrial? No, not right now. Ooh, I got a skylight. Fancy, fancy. Oh, where are we going now? We're going to the park? Okay. I see you, Lavinia. Get out of the car already. We're in the middle of a bar crawl. Come join us. You didn't even come to our class reunion. Are you really so hard to get a hold of? What have you been so busy with lately? I just got out of court. Stop pulling my leg. The courthouse isn't that way. It's a Saluzzo state, isn't it? Look at you. You're the only member of our cohort who's still a practicing judge. And you don't even have kids yet. Things have been real crazy about the city lately, so be careful out there. It all makes sense to me. Get in with the well-off Amelia while you're still young, help them out a bit, and make a fortune, then retire early and go do other things. Not much else we can do. What do you expect? It sure as hell beats being one of those judges and missing a limb or two. Ugh, he's puking again. Looks like he's had a bit too much to drink. Is that one lady implying a lot of them already have kids? Or they all have kids? You're the only member of our cohort who still is a practicing judge. You don't even have kids yet. But how old are they? I didn't think they... like, Lavinia doesn't seem that old. He seems like a young adult to me. So kiddos, huh? Sorry, but I'm not in the mood right now. Go on ahead without me. Yeah, I get it. I can tell something's eating you up when you get like this. Alright then, see you. Ciao! Lavinia gets back in her car and prepares to step on the gas. Huh? The two of us have a lot of catching up to do, so we're gonna keep drinking. Thanks in advance for taking the lightweight home for us. Wow. Wow. Her poor car. She has to go to the car wash so much, not only for vandalism, for taking home her drunk coworker. Oof. That sounds terrible. Also, I'd rather wash off paint than throw up. Throw up is... Let me scroll back up.
I'd like to ask for a favor for you, Lavinia. You're still a judge, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Back in school, I never took you seriously. My grades weren't any worse than yours. So how did you get an appointment so quickly? Later on, I heard them say, you're actually supported by a familia, a big one too. Turns out it was the Belons. So I was thinking to myself, of course, that's the only way you could have become such a powerful judge. Humph.
What's your point?
I'm too scared.
Of what?
You leaned on your connections to become a judge, so I thought to myself, why couldn't I do that too? But when those wise guys came up to me, I was scared half to death. Barely a second passed and I already had to give up talking to them. The code of law in my hand was just an ordinary book. Actually, it wasn't even as good as a book, considering I've knocked a Kazo in the head with a notebook before. But when I saw those wise guys, I couldn't even muster the courage to open my mouth. Forget about the whole justice thing. What the hell even is that? What the hell is that even? They're obviously criminals, but if they could ever ask me to do them a favor in prison or even in court, I'd never be able to refuse. The backing of a familia. I'd be lying if I said I didn't have anyone backing me. But it's not like that's a good thing either. Maybe. I never should have listened to him in the first place. I know. You've actually been doing things your way. You're much braver than me, Lavinia. Also, I heard that Bertolotti's dead, right?
His hand brushes against Lavinia's codex, the thorns around it pricking his fingers and leaving spots of blood behind. Sir! First you throw up in her car, and now you get blood all over her book. So much to clean. So much to clean.
You're all much braver than me.
And this guy, he needs help. Seriously, dude, you don't go throwing up in someone's car and then getting your blood all over their book after being like, I'm a wuss. Touch his book and bleeds all over it. Sir, stop it. Now time to continue. Oh, we're here. You can get out now.
Oh, sorry I got your codex dirty.
Where can you even find help in Syracuse? I guess technically it would be going to that specific theater that the car wash dealer wanted to go to. Oh, that was so funny. I didn't know those theaters existed in Syracuse. But, I guess I'm going to receive the codex. Whatever, I'll take it. Lavinia takes back her codex, its surface stained with the blood of another judge.
Do you plan to keep doing it?
Yes. Lavinia recalls what happened at Saluzzo Estate today. Now is not the time to throw in the towel.
That's great, and I mean it, Lavinia. Maybe one day, I might also go back to the law.
Ooh.
お前がドクターだな。俺はベッローネファミリーに。いや、俺のファミリーはもうどこにもないんだったな。だが、それと引き換えに白く
Hey, I got my boy.
そしてこれからはお前と共に。俺はビジェル、オペレーターのポストに就かせてもらった。お互いいい関係が築けるといいな、ドクター。
So his familia doesn't exist anymore. Huh. I'll find out what happens later. Anywhere else she wants to go visiting? Nope. I shall switch over to Leon Tuzo at this point. Leon, do you want to go anywhere, my boy? Oh, you do? To the estate it is.
Where's the old man? The Don went to the theater.
Leontuzo plops himself down to the sofa, and the other mafiosi step back respectfully.
Conflicts, games, and fangs. Grey Hall, Syracusa, and the Ballons. Padre.
He opens his eyes and looks at the short sword hanging on the wall. It is a gift his father gave him many years ago. It represents the acknowledgement and expectations conferred upon Leontuzo, both as a father and as a Don of the Familia. Take the short sword, leave for now. I'ma take it. I like looting, I can't resist. Oh, that's it for the end. I took the sword. He reaches out to retrieve the short sword before pushing open the doors of the study. Bernardo's study is spacious and bright. The chair in the middle of the room is missing its owner.
Padre. Ever since I was little, I've always thought about what Familia Bellone should be. When I saw Il Signor de Lupi, I didn't want to accept that it was a higher existence than me or my Familia. Could it be that everything I've known, everything I've done, it's all been nothing more than the games of the higher beings? Is that what you had in mind when you gave me the sword as a favor from the Dawn? Even if you're sitting right here in front of me right now, I don't think you'd ever answer that question. You might see me as a disobedient son or an unqualified successor, but I have never tried to deny who I am. If you were wrong, then I will prove it to you. If I was wrong, I'll rethink everything I have to do. But what was never an option is hiding at home while other people fight for their lives.
Oh yeah, no worries. That was a surprise that it would spoil that so early on for this stuff. I didn't think Leontuzo would say that. Point of interest, Bellone Estate.
Don Bernardo. Our men have been dispatched, but what about Leon? Is he still in the study? Yes. Then I'd like to ask you, how do you feel about what he's been doing lately? Be honest with me. Speaking as a soldier, I think Leontuzo is becoming more indecisive. He's been influenced by the judge. I know that he has his own ideals, and is looking for efficient ways to work with the changing times, but it's clear to me that he's going soft. And I'm not the only one in the Familia who thinks like that. Though everyone will still carry out your son's orders, they're getting concerned. Go on. As his friend, I can say that Leon is a good fratello, someone I'd trust to have my back. But that doesn't mean what he's doing is okay. As a future Don, he of all people should know better.
Whatever. You're just a Bernardo fanboy. Humph. Time to go to here.
We're here. We're going to blend in with the civilians in the audience. Don't make any noise in there. Then, the moment you see Giovanna walk out of the theater,
Dimitri gestures with his hand.
do the job the boss gave you.
Okay, I should not read after that. That's gonna be a big spoiler, huh? That's gonna happen next. We didn't even watch Act 2 of the play yet, so no, I cannot continue that. But that was pretty good for exploring. Now I know. Continue story, then do this more. I have learned good. But yeah, that's a decent cliffhanger, plus I can use that picture as the next thumbnail that I screenshotted. Heh. I even got my Leontuzo. Well, that's a happy-ish ending, technically. Not really for Lavinia. She's having another character arc, though. The betrayal arc. Where she will rise from the ashes as one do. So thank you everyone for stopping by the stream. I hope everyone has a great rest of your day and epic gacha luck. I gotta get some more hydration. I think I'm gonna make some, like a matcha latte. I gotta see if there's milk, because I like it with milk. Clearly, because latte. But yeah, I'm gonna go out now. So see you guys later. Bye bye. more exploring tomorrow.